Hey everyone, welcome to the second vlog of my journey through CakeWalk. This time I won't be using any sound generator, instead I'll be using a single Instagram post from which I'll be sampling audio. By the way, this is not a self-promotion, okay?
Liar!
Link to that post is in the description below.
I knew it!
Oh well, let's begin. So I have extracted the audio, cleaned excess noise using Audacity, and finally brought into CakeWalk. The first thing to do is to find interesting audio pieces from the sample. These are the pieces that I separated. Now let's see what we can do with that guitar portion. Let's turn the snap on. Change the resolution to 1:4. To stretch an audio sample, we press Ctrl and Shift keys together on the keyboard while dragging the corner of that particular audio sample. Now it has perfectly snapped into time. Let's hear it. Yes, it's on time. Going through the original audio sample, I did find a perfect candidate for a percussion sound. Now let's work on that. Now that is a clap. We hold Alt while selecting the piece that we want to separate. Renaming appropriately. There's a specific reason why I renamed this now, which you will see in a moment. We go to the audio folder where we have saved this particular project. I'm gonna convert it into mono. Now, an audio file named clap is created. Then we normalize it to -1 dB to make it loud enough. Since I couldn't find any suitable audio sample that could work as a kick, I'm going to use this same clap as a kick. First, let's bring it down. Let's separate the two spikes and see how they sound. I'm gonna select the one that sounds the lowest in pitch. Stretch this to make it longer. We can bounce it now to get an audio file. Oh, before that, I'm going to rename this track so that we get a properly named kick sample file. Also, I would like to pitch it down. I'm going to double click it, and that shows up the inspector for that particular audio clip. Here, we go into the groove clips section and enable stretch to tempo. Unfortunately, the option that I'm looking for has not become available yet. I think that is because there is a lot of data accompanying that audio piece in the timeline, so we bounce it to make a unique one. To be honest, I don't know why it happened, so I'm going to undo that. We got the waveform back. Let's see what happens if we bounce it before stretching. Nope, that's a no-go. Okay then, let's leave it at that. At least we got the pitch shifting. Let's drop it down an octave, -12. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Time to arrange it and see what we have in hand, just as a rough draft. Let's take a look at the console. Well, that guitar needs to be EQ'd. Put it in solo, then going to EQ in Pro channels. Gonna EQ the other tracks as well. I want a reverb in here. Might use the one that comes with the Pro channel itself. That kick obviously doesn't sound powerful enough, so adding an OTT into the effects chain. Time to make the hat samples. Oh yeah, we can reverse the audio samples by doing this. And we have our hats in here. Now we can use this in a drum machine. This is Sitala. I have already done a video on how to use it along with the step sequencer in CakeWalk. The link will be in the description or it might appear in the top right corner. One thing I forgot to mention in that video is how to adjust the velocity in the step sequencer. With the hat samples playing along, I found the guitar strumming to be a bit not on tempo. Let's fix that. We double click to see the inspector. Here we go to audio snap and enable it. We get these audio bars with which we can quantize the audio sample. We can double click on that audio sample when there is a particular shape at the tail end of the mouse, which gives us automatic quantizing options. Many times the machine may fail to quantize it the way we want it, so we have to do it ourselves. We can disable the snap bars if we don't want it. When we are done, we bounce it. Now we better find some sounds that can be used as leads, bass, and pads. Now we insert a sampler into the project. I use TX16Wx, which is a totally free sampler. Link is in the description below. And into it I add the audio that I want to use. Then go into the waves section. First thing to do is to normalize it. I couldn't find any more sounds that sounds distinctively better, so I'm going to use this same one for bass and pads. Duplicate this track 2 times, making sure every property is duplicated. Color options are available by the left hand side of the track. We are going to detect the pitch so that we can play that stupid love on a keyboard. Then we bring that audio sample to the keyboard region where we want to play. Also, we can adjust how much of the sample should be used. I am shifting the root note so that I get the octave that I am looking for. While playing around, I found that the pitch that the sampler detected wasn't accurate. It might either be because the audio sample is a really short one, or the pitch is varying throughout the sample. Anyhow, I corrected it using a pitching app in my phone. Let's go into the console to EQ and add some effects. Next, we make the bass. The first thing to do is to find a clean wave. And then repeat what I did for creating the lead sound. Now what I'm going to do is make a loop here. Assign the loop so that when I press a key, it loops between the start and end. For further modifications, we go into the sounds. This is the ADSR. This is the filter. I want a low pass filter in here. What remains is the pads. For that, I'm going to use a different kind of wave. Repeat the same process. Let's make it more like a pad by adjusting the attack and release. I want to bring in some life to this pad by modulating the volume with the LFO. Then I want to add some reverb from the console. Now is the time to make some music.
Much later.
During my experiments, I found that the ghost channels, I think that's what they are called, can be enabled from this area. What's remaining is to arrange and properly EQ every track.
Much later.
Vertical grid lines help us to snap the audio samples into time. We can enable that in timeline by going to the View option, Display, and there you go. So that's it, folks. See you in the next video. Thanks a ton for watching.